Hello, I'm Atheist for Center for Inquiry, Canada's Community for Science and Secularism. As part of our effort to keep you informed about secular issues and their connections to Canada, I'll be introducing you to the Atheist Alliance International. The Atheist Alliance International is an organization with a mission to protect free thought and secularism worldwide. Ono Romano is the lieutenant president for 2016.
I see organized atheism as an answer for an enlightened tomorrow.
Romano was born and raised in the Republic of Turkey under Islamic tradition. He has faced numerous charges of blasphemy in Turkey in relation to his work on atheism. Romano became aware of a new and growing atheist movement in Georgia, a regional neighbor of Turkey. And after some conversations with the Georgian atheists, he decided to visit them in April this year.
We started to talk, and then I found out that they want to form an atheist body in Georgia, an organization per se, but they just don't have the know-how, and they needed some motivation and strategic planning and help in general.
Georgia has a long and tumultuous history of invasions and liberations from ancient times right up to the most recent invasion by and independence from the Soviet Union. Across all of this period has been the consistent essence of Orthodox Christianity.
As Atheist Alliance International and our affiliate organizations, with the help of them, Association of Atheism and the Atheist magazine in Turkey, it was a mutual effort. We met in Tbilisi, Georgia, and I personally stayed there for almost 3 weeks, and we held two open meetings there with the Georgian activists. And I had a good impression that they are serious and they want to form and they want to establish an organization there. But Georgia is a Christian country and, a religious country, and there is a different level of suppression and pressure in that country as well. And they also have blasphemy laws. But even though if it's not like the situation is not as bad as in Islamic countries or in Turkey, they still have their areas where like they're very afraid, so they don't even want to name the organization as an atheist organization. They want to go with the terminology as like secular organization or maybe a skeptical organization, but they think that the word atheist is gonna be, harming them. So other than that, I mean, they want to focus on academic events, and they want to hold conferences with the support of international speakers in the areas of evolution or other topics in science.
Well, I think they should support science. They should support scientific knowledge, spreading of scientific knowledge. They should support separating church and state, and they should fight for a more secular Georgia.
There is no such a celestial thing that controls everything. Maybe there is. I don't know. But I want my child to be open-minded, to make decisions based on evidence, not just beliefs.
During his visit to the Center for Inquiry Canada's national office, Romano described the major current initiatives and tactics of Atheist Alliance International.
The number one top issue now is the asylum issue of the atheists around the world, the open atheists around the world who are facing death threats. Their lives are at risk, and there are people who are in pretty bad situation. They have to hide their identity. They had to they're hiding, literally. So and the countries, most countries do not really see atheist asylum seekers as serious as the other political or other asylum seekers. So that's a problem. That's something we need to address. And we have an asylum project that we are working on, and with the help of UNHCR, we are trying to, and with the help of our, affiliate members and other partner organizations, we are trying to work hand in hand in terms of supporting the writing supportive letters to the atheist asylum seekers after we verify their cases. Blasphemy laws is another topic, because most countries, even Canada, have blasphemy laws, and I myself am subject to a few blasphemy lawsuits in Turkey brought by the current Turkish administration. So blasphemy is something we need to unite against, and the coalition against blasphemy laws is doing a great work in that area, but there is still too much issues to be addressed and covered, and many more steps to be taken. Humanist schools is another topic, and we have the Kesase primary school in Uganda that we are working with, and you can find the links in our website. And there is also an gender imbalance report we have published as a follow-up to our atheist census project, and that's also the report is also on our website. And I think this week it was also covered by National Geographic as well. And we have attended to a few meetings in Geneva, United Nations, and a few in New York, and we also would like to focus on organizing side events with United Nations, covering our area of work.
Milana is pursuing a graduate degree in global leadership at Royal Roads University in Victoria, British Columbia. He has been promoting atheism in his home country of Turkey for several years.
I have helped establishing a few atheist institutions in Turkey. The first one was called the Congress of Atheists, and it was a semi-political movement at first, and then we turned it into an apolitical movement, because we have realized that politics doesn't do anything but to divide us, and it just doesn't help our work. So after that, we wanted to approach to more atheist activists in Turkey, and we came up with an idea of an atheist magazine. So I started the first nationwide atheist magazine in Turkey, which is called the Atheist Magazine, and it's still being published. And in 2014, my friends from Atheist Magazine and the Congress of Atheists, and from other atheist platforms on internet, we came together and formed the first legally recognized atheist organization of the Middle East, the Association of Atheism Turkey. And since then, it's still an active association, organization working in Turkey. And I was teaching at a university as an assistant, and I was kind of forced to resign as part of promoting anti-theism during my lectures at the university. So that kind of ended my academic life in Turkey.
Atheism is a controversial subject matter regardless of location. Atheists and secularists continue to be persecuted as they were since the dawn of democracy. Preserving human rights and secularism is a high cost of personal freedom and security. We as participants of any society have an obligation to challenge such archaic practices that prey and compromise liberal values in the modern age. The Atheist Alliance International is but one of many voices challenging democratic fascism. Human progress is dependent on the evolution of free thought, and AAI is helping preserve it on a unified front. It has been my honor to present you the Atheist Alliance International. Solidarity begins with humanism.